What's going on, everybody? This is Shia. Welcome back to Knicks Daily. So we're looking at the end of an era. Tom Tibido is out of there. The New York Knicks have officially parted ways with our head coach, Tom Tibido. The man who was the architect of our recent resurgence and the firebrand leader who helped restore pride to the world's most iconic basketball arena. For us fans, we've watched Tibbs help end playoff droughts, turn Jalen Brunson into a star, install a no-nonsense culture. So this feels like a gut punch to many of us. But as the Tom Thibodeau chapter ends, we got a bigger question that looms. Should we as Knicks fans trust Leon Rose? I'm here to tell you the answer is yes. Not just a casual yes, but a loud and proud garden roaring goddamn yes. Let me get a hell yes. A stone cold stunner hell yes. And here's why. Leon Rose turned a joke of a franchise into a destination. That's why. Let's not get amnesia today. When Leon Rose took over in 2020, the Knicks were an NBA punchline. The roster was mismatched. It was a collection of overpaid veterans, cast-offs, 10-day contracts. The front office was a revolving door. There were no top-tier free agents who wanted to touch New York with a 10-foot selfie stick. Did I put on the auto-tune on this mug? I think I did. Anyway, he hired Tom Thibodeau as a respected coach. He drafted wisely. Look at IQ, look at Grimes. He stole Jalen Brunson in free agency. Testing. He built back the Knicks' reputation. And also players wanted to come to New York again. Agents now don't dread phone calls from the Knicks anymore. That's the Leon Rose effect. That is truly the Leon Rose effect. And then we look at Tom Thibodeau's firing, and we know it wasn't panic, it was vision. Let's be clear. Tibbs didn't fail, he succeeded here in New York. He took a team with zero expectations and he made us feared. The man squeezed 50 wins out of a roster that the national media still called underdogs. He gave the Knicks a defensive identity. He turned us into playoff regulars, and he turned Jalen Brunson from a nice pickup to a future Knicks legend. But Rose isn't trying to win Coach of the Year plaques. The man is trying to win rings. And Tom Thibodeau, for all his strengths, he may have hit his ceiling. His system was hard-nosed, but it was predictable. His offense was too rigid. His rotations sometimes infuriating. We can't get around that. But he elevated the Knicks. But he also may not be the one to complete the elevation. This wasn't betrayal. This was more so ambition. And that's exactly the kind of GM that we wanted to run our team. Let's not forget. Next up, I just think Leon Rose has been playing chess all along from the moment he got here. You don't drop a coach like Tom Thibodeau unless you got something or someone lined up. And if Knicks history has taught us anything, it's that Leon Rose doesn't move without a plan. This isn't Steve Mills firing Fizdale because the team lost 4 in a row. This isn't that. This is Leon Rose, the former power agent who knows how to whisper to stars, plant seeds year in advance, and then strike when the moment is right. This is that guy. This is the guy we were hoping to get. So Jay Wright, Eric Spoelstra, a surprise NBA innovator from the Popovich tree, whoever the next coach may be, you can bet it's someone Leon Rose believes can lead the Knicks to a championship right now. Not in 5 years. Not we're building something special later. Right now. And if there's one thing Leon Rose doesn't do, it's make loud moves for empty headlines. Every step he makes has been methodical. Another thing we just got to look at and consider is that the core is already championship ready. Jalen Brunson is an all-NBA point guard. He shows up every single night. Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson make up the most physically imposing and defensively versatile wing/big rotation that there is in the East. Karl Anthony Towns, for all of his critics, remains one of the most skilled big men in the league. This isn't a team that needs to rebuild. This is a team that's a coaching tweak away from knocking on the finals door. You don't hand that kind of opportunity to just anyone. And Leon Rose knows that. So I had a few days to really think about this. And honestly, I think he's going to pick the next coach with championship DNA. Leon Rose didn't get emotionally attached. And that's probably one of the best things for this franchise. It would have been easy for Rose to say, you know what? Tibbs is beloved by the players. Let's run it back. Let's hope that the health breaks our way next year. But hoping isn't building. Leon Rose chose not to get emotionally attached. He chose not to let the comfort zone override championship vision. This is the moment of our dreams. That's the kind of cold but clear-eyed leadership that wins in the NBA. Was Tibbs a culture setter? Absolutely. Was he the guy to win the final chess match in the playoffs against Joe Mazzulla or Eric Spoelstra? Probably not. Leon Rose didn't settle for sentimentality. He chose elevation over stagnation. And that's one of the reasons why I really am just calm with that decision. Because the Knicks are this close. We're not talking about a 37-win team making a coaching change, how the media is trying to do, just to shake things up. They're trying to give you that impression. We're talking about a 50-plus win squad that had the Celtics whooped. We got past them, a team with elite defense, rebounding, a proven championship roster. Done. Leon Rose wants a skyscraper. The Knicks now need a modern tactician who can unlock that half-court offense, who can weaponize the shooting, the mid-range brilliance we have, and maximize Brunson's prime years. Fans should trust that Leon Rose is making this move because the Knicks are close, not in spite of it. But then, if you want, look at the alternative. Who else would you rather have in charge? Would you rather have a Dolan puppet? Somebody that was saying, was that Isaiah Thomas was? Or a random analytics only nerd with no player connections and experience? Or another recycled GM who promises to tank for 3 years? Leon Rose offers deep ties to players and agents. The man has a vision that has worked. A team that has been better every single year. A track record of patience and boldness. In the last 5 years for us, the Knicks have been better run than the Lakers, than the Warriors, than the Heat, than the Sixers. Nobody wants to talk about that. In terms of long-term asset management, in terms of youth development, nobody wants to talk about that. That's not luck. That's leadership. He's earned the benefit of the doubt, is what I'm saying. You don't fire the best coach in 25 years unless you know the next move is going to be bigger than that. Leon Rose hasn't been perfect, no. No GM is perfect. But that man's batting average is elite. If he says the Knicks need a different voice, believe that he sees the mountaintop and that he knows the current crew wasn't going to reach it. They weren't going to reach it. So I wanted to hop on and just put my words on that. Tibido era is over. Yes, Knicks era is not over by a long shot. Tibbs gave us something that we hadn't had in a long time. Belief. For that, he deserves all the flowers. That's my coach forever. But Leon Rose is here to finish what Tibbs started. If you're a Knicks fan, now is not the time to doubt or listen to Paul Pierce and everybody who's trying to twist it to make it look like this is drama. This is the first piece of drama in years. I need you to lean in. The man who got us Brunson, Hart, OG, McCall, and Cat isn't tearing it down. He's putting the last pieces in place. Leon Rose saw the ceiling and he chose to raise it. So trust him. Because the next banner in the Garden might have that man's fingerprints all over it. What say you? Keep this in mind. Same thing applies to life that applies to our team. If there is no struggle, there is no progress. But always remember this, whether it's out there in the real world or here in these YouTube streets, here at Knicks Deli, baby, everybody eats. I'm your boy, Sheer. Let's go, Knicks. I'm out. Peace.